What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? We back again with another video. 392 Blurred Lines coming at you. Today, on this beautiful Thursday, no work day, but I am, as you can see, I am in the facility, so we must be doing something. Got the Chrysler up in here, and today, what I gotta do? I gotta go in here and I gotta change the door locks. When I change the ignition cylinder, there were some door locks that came with it, and I didn't take the time out to change those at that particular time, but because I got a different ignition key, and the ignition key is the one that unlocks the doors, I'm tired of trying to figure out which key is the right key to open the door. So I'm going to eliminate that by going ahead and changing out the old locks and putting a set of new locks in that came with the ignition cylinder. Now, I've already started taking things loose because I didn't know whether or not I was going to make a video, but I decided, well, you know what, I'm here, I might as well go ahead and make this video real quick. And there's also something else that I have to do. I have to, this mechanism here, because I was having issues with it, I had taken it out a while back. And if I would have been thinking, I would have changed those door locks then, but I didn't. So today I'm going to take this mechanism back out because the spring that's in it broke. And when that spring broke, it doesn't allow this part to come up all the way like it should. Instead, this stays down. See, the spring kicks that back up. But since the spring is broke in it, it doesn't kick it back up. So sometimes when I get ready to shut that door, because this is exposed, this right here, that little piece, it catches this. And when it catches it, if I'm slamming that door to shut it, it catches it. So I have to take this back off. I'm going to fix it. I know exactly what I have to do in order to fix it. I'm just going to drill a hole in it. I'm going to fabricate a spring that will allow it to retract. When that door opens up, it's going to hold that up so I don't have to push it up every time I get ready to get in and close the door. So that's something else that I have to do today. But right now, main objective, go ahead and get these door locks swapped out, and then we will then tackle this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start where I left off. I already took the door or the window crank handle off, the nut that holds on the remote mirror, and also I took that off. And one more thing, I took off the door handle. So now it's just a matter of just pulling the panel off itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get you guys set up, pull that panel off. Once again, I did bring my light so that I could see, but I wasn't taking into consideration of possibly making a video, so I didn't bring my ring light. So once again, brother in the dark. Well, it's not really dark, but it'd be nice to have a little more light. But since I don't, hey, it is what it is. So I'm gonna get you guys set up, and we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna rock this thing out, get it done quick, fast, and in a hurry. So stick with me, and let's see what we can't learn together. First time coming to the channel, welcome to the channel. And if you like this content, more to come, much more to come. I got a big surprise for you guys as well. You see this one? You see this one? 79. I got a big surprise. So just hang out with me, and we're gonna open up that surprise box together. All right, be right back. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pull this panel off. All it does is take a little screwdriver, get behind it. It's got these clips that holds it on. Easy comes off, easy goes on. guess there's one more thing I forgot. There's a like a 3/8 bolt. 3/8. Yeah, that's a 3/8 that also holds that panel on. So we're gonna take that little 3/8 bolt out as well. Just a little small 3/8 bolt. And now we have access to remove this panel. Disconnect this light. So I don't have to fight with it. So we'll disconnect it. Now later on, what I am going to do as well, I'm going to be changing out these sweeps. They're called window sweeps. As you can see, this one's pretty bad, and so actually it's pretty much gone, and that kind of keeps your window from flopping around. So I will be changing out these window sweeps a little later on. I got to order them yet. When they get here, I'll change those out, and there's also one on the outside of the glass as well. So since I'm down in here, I'm gonna grease this window up. I'm gonna grease these mechanisms up a little bit so that, you know, they work a little bit better. Since I'm here, I might as well do it, or I'll be doing it later on. So, I want to see if we can get in here and take off these locks for the door. I'll try to get you down in here so you can see exactly what's going on, and then you'll know what I'm going through to get this off. This isn't too bad. There's just a lot of attachments. These rods that attach, must be about 4 of them. And pretty much you can't not know how to put it back together if you take it apart yourself. Now, if somebody just took it off and said, hey, put this back together, you might have a little issue. But being that I have already taken it off, I'm pretty much aware as to the whole situation with it. But I will change out these locks first, and then I will take this out and see if I can't repair it. But the locks themselves should be pretty simple. It's only a retaining clip, and I do believe there is one actuator that goes through it. And those are the retaining clips that will hold the locks in place. That is the old cylinder for the ignition, which absolutely was nothing wrong with it. But we got a new one in it. So now we will, and I also have given in the package some little plastic gaskets. These little gaskets that will go on it on the outside. But it seemed like a pretty easy operation here, pretty easy swap out. Trying to get in the trunk earlier, and it was frozen. The cylinder was froze on it, so I took my little propane torch here at the key, put it in, right up. So if you don't have a problem with your doors not being able to get the key in it, knowing good and well there's nothing wrong with the key, it was just the fact that it was frozen. Take a lighter, warm that key up. Shouldn't have any problem with after that. Okay. Easy, simple replacement. But we will go ahead and see if we can't get up in here and pull the old one out. I will bring a light down here, show you guys what we got going on up inside of here. Okay, that's the mechanism that we will be removing. As you can see, I can get a good focus in on it. Hard to get a focus in on it, but it has a retaining clip that holds it in place, along with a rod that also there's a retaining clip. Then you have your rod right there that actually activates the door lock itself. So we're going to see if we can't reach up in here, remove the clip that slides down from the top. So we're just going to slide that up, and then that cylinder will slide out of the door, and then I'll just remove the clip that's holding it in place, or that activates the lock itself. Right? So we're going to do that. It's impossible for me to hold the camera and to do that because it's just impossible to do. So I will go ahead and see if I can't take that loose, and then I'll show you where we're at from there. Okay, what it looks like, I'm going to have to remove this because there's so many rods in there that are in the way. There's no way I can get to that lock cylinder. I even rolled the window down thinking I could get into it from the top, but it's virtually impossible. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this mechanism here first, and then we'll go in there and remove the lock cylinder. This thing must have like I specified earlier, this thing must have about 4 or 5 rods that it connects to. So we're going to see if we can't get this taken back loose. Raise some of these up. I'll show you what I mean when I say raise these up. Right there is a perfect example of a clip that I just raise up so that I can slide the rod out of it. I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. It's so hard to. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Maybe I can get a better focus. Don't know. But this rod in here just goes inside of this little clip. Once you remove the clip, you can push the rod right out of the clip. See what I'm talking about? And there must be about 4 or 5 of them in here. So let me go ahead and see if I can remove the remaining. There's a red one here. There's a red one here. There's one back there. You can see got a white clip. And I believe there's one more. I think it's behind the glass. Oh, actually, it's hard to see. So you can see all the rods and all the clips that hold that thing on. I got one off, and I still have yet looks like 3 more to remove. So let me go ahead and see if I can get those taken care of, and we'll keep it moving. Okay. Now we remove that mechanism. As you can see, all the different clips that holds it in place. All those different clips that hold those rods in place. there's that spring down inside of here that broke, that will not allow the mechanism inside here to retract. So I'm going to drill a hole somewhere in that mechanism to where I can apply a spring to get it to retract so that it doesn't keep hitting right here every time that door gets ready to shut. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get here now to get to this lock cylinder. I'm gonna take this loose and see if I can get to it from this particular area. Because it looks about like the only way to get to that retaining clip. Too rough with it, because that is weather stripping. See if I can just let it hang there. Okay, now what I can see now, I can see down inside there. Let me turn you around so you can see. That's the clip that I have to get down to remove this clip right here. Now I can raise this up. I may never get the new one in it. You can see I'm able to remove it. Let me fell down the door, but that's okay. I'm able to remove lock cylinder itself. Right out. Now that is what I had to remove. That come from off the top. There's the little plastic gasket that's on it. And the next thing is going to be getting the new one down inside the door. So we're going to take one of the new ones, and I'm not exactly sure, but I will find out if they are identical. And it doesn't look as though they're identical. So there is a left side, there is a right side. So I need to match the old one with the new one. That's not it. Okay, that's the one. That's the new one. That's the one we're going to be putting on. Okay. So first we will put us a washer on here. Okay. There's a certain way to put this gasket on. You have some bigger openings and some smaller openings. You have to line those up on the cylinder itself. That's it right there. That's it. Now she's lining up. I do believe. Maybe not. I'm going to remove these gloves because they're not working. They're not working for me. Now let's see what we got here. Now let's see if we can get it back down in the door. Let's take the key. The key's got to go in a certain way. With the Chrysler, Dodges, they're all upside down. So that's the way that it's gonna go in. That's the old key. This is the new key. Okay, so this is the way it's going in. All right. And a rod that was hooked to it. Which looks like it's possibly like this. Activating it in this manner. I would hope we're going to put it in that way. See how it comes out. We're going to stick it in here like so. And see if we can get the clip back down over the top. Being a new clip, this may be a chore. First, I'm gonna put my gloves back on. I'm trying to keep my hands clean as possible, as long as possible. Something else. Just all the way in there, which looks like it is. Clip is in place. Wow, that was pretty simple. That was pretty simple. So that lets me know this seal has to come loose in order to get down in there to put that clip in place and to remove it. So we'll put this back where it came from. Eventually, I will be changing these seals here. They are in pretty good condition though. This seal is not too bad. It goes all the way around the base of the door. It's not a bad seal at all. It was the roof rail seals that were bad that really needed to be changed. So I definitely changed those. But as far as this seal doesn't seem, actually it's in pretty good condition actually. Okay, we have that one in, and let's check its functionality. Yep, that's the one. That works just fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, we're going to do the other side. Get that knocked out of the park as well, and then we'll come back and fix this, because I need to fix this before putting it back in. I'm not putting this back in without it being fixed. So we're going to go ahead, knowing now that this has to come off in order to change the lock cylinder. First time you do something, you learn the first time. Second time should be a lot easier. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna knock that out, then we're gonna come back and see if we can't get this fixed before we reapply it back in the door. So come back with me a little bit later on, and I'll show you where we're at. We're just gonna keep it moving. All right, be right back. All right, we back. I went ahead and I took care of the mechanism here as far as it not retracting, and I came up with a solution. I used the spring that had broken inside it. The spring right here had broken inside it. So I took it, I stretched it, brought it around here, took it around this little mechanism, and that seemed to solve the problem. Because what it wasn't doing, once it would latch, it wasn't retracting, but now it is. And that's what I needed. I needed it to retract back so that it would not be binding up. Now it opens up all the way. There's no way this can catch the catch in the door itself. So I went ahead and took care of that. I didn't want to go to the other side and change the lock cylinder yet. I wanted to go ahead and take care of this first because this was more important to me than that lock cylinder. So I did get that taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply this. I'm going to assemble this back together so I can have that part of this taken care of. So we're going to take care of that right now and see if we can't keep it moving and get on around to the other side, because I still have yet the other side to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you guys see what I got going on here as far as assembling this back in the door. And upon assembling this, upon putting this back together, I'm going to make sure I lube this down with some spray lithium grease, because I want it to stay lubricated. I want this thing to last for a little while longer. I don't really want to have to buy a new one. I saw one online on eBay, and just for this piece right here, 80 bucks. I really don't want to spend the extra money. If I can keep this one in working condition, I'm going to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves back on, put my hands back up in here and see if I can get this taken care of. Okay. It goes in like this. First rod. Looks like right here. Yep. So we'll put that one in first. Get it latched. Okay, there's one. And we had this one here. Okay, this one goes here. Little one goes right there. That one goes at the top. The little one first. That looks like it's going to work a little bit better. Clipped in, the bottom one. Right there. These clipped in place. That one's clipped in place. Now we have one more, which is right here. That one goes right there. These mounted. Now we'll put these back in place. Okay, let's see if we can't shut the door and make sure everything is functioning as it ought. Well, that thing sure does work a lot better. Wow. It's never worked that good since I've had it. Goodness. So we will now go inside there. We will spray a little lithium grease up inside there. And up inside of here. So I can see what I'm doing here. Just like so. I already greased the windows, the window crank itself, so it works a lot better. Also tightened up the glass because it was a little loose. You have these guides up on top. I loosen those up, and they have this felt up against them. So loosen those up, slide those up against the glass, takes all that play out of the glass, which helps in shutting the door where it doesn't make that glass slang around. Plus slide going up and down with your window. It's a smoother action. But I think that worked out pretty well. I will go ahead and check this lock cylinder to make sure that's okay as well. Okay. New key. Works good. Works real good. So, now knowing that's taken care of, go ahead, see if I can get the door panel put back on, get the door handle put back on, window crank put back on, and we should be done with this part of it. And we'll go ahead and we'll knock out the other side. It's not going to take very long, hopefully. And that's all it is. So, I hope you enjoyed this little short video. Maybe I helped somebody as far as changing a door lock cylinder in your door, in your 79, 78, 77, 76 Chrysler Cordoba. Even the Chargers, the 79, 78s, in that ballpark, they came with the same lock mechanism, so it works for both. And for all it is what it is. But we're going to shut this video down. We're going to close this video down right here. And first time coming to the channel, once again, I always like to say welcome to the channel. And we'll be sure to bring you some more content as far as we continue to move on. And don't forget, I have a big surprise coming to the channel. Big surprise. So be sure to stick around because you don't want to miss this. All right, with all that being said, we're going to shut this thing down. 392 Blurred Lines coming at you. Peace out.